Hey y'all, it's Mells with Superficial Gallery, and today is episode 5 of 31 Days with the King. This is a short series dedicated to all things Stephen King with a daily upload on one of his works. So we'll try our best to incorporate his more popular novels or short stories along with maybe some of the lesser known works or actually some of his works that weren't as popular with fans as probably intended. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started with today's pick, which is one of the scarier books in my opinion, Gerald's Game. Even the cover just kind of scares me. So anyway, Gerald's Game is about a married couple that go for a romantic getaway, only for things to turn deadly fairly quickly. Jesse and Gerald Burlingame have been struggling in their marriage, and so they decide to up the ante and use handcuffs and that sort of thing to kind of spice up their sexy time. Now, the two have done this before. This isn't the first time around, but for some reason, Jesse is triggered in this moment, and Gerald doesn't quite realize that it isn't part of the game itself. So they have a little bit of a struggle, and during the struggle, Gerald actually has a fatal heart attack and just drops dead right on top of Jesse. And this, of course, leaves Jesse handcuffed to a headboard in the middle of the woods in Maine. So excellent, right? Every person's just dream of a romantic getaway. So what happens next is like a psychological thrill ride as Jessie begins to hallucinate. She sees old friends. She sees her old therapist. She also sees a distorted kind of view of herself as a hallucination. And then she eventually comes to terms with something really bad that happened to her in her childhood. Pretty traumatic thing. And all of this is over the span of maybe a day or so. I'll leave it to y'all to find out how Jesse escapes, because to be quite honest with you, I don't know if I have the stomach to recount it in this review for you. It is one of the more gruesome scenes from a Stephen King novel, if you can even imagine that to be true. It is for me. Maybe that's just a personal opinion, but even just thinking about it now kind of gives me the creeps. So anyway, the novel was made into a film, premiered on Netflix in 2017. To me, it was both exciting and scary to find out it was going to be adapted, and mainly because of the content that is within the novel. But I felt the film did a good job of playing out Jessie's psyche while she was trapped alone in that house, and also considering the content, it was pretty tastefully done. And for that, I say the adaptation was a success in my eyes. The adaptation stayed pretty true to the source material as well, so be sure to check that out because it's definitely a really good a really good make of one of his novels or one of his works. I wouldn't put it in like my top 5, but it was enjoyable to watch. Even the escape part of it, I had to turn away a couple times, but it was pretty gruesome and pretty well done. The horrifying elements to this novel aren't just the feeling of being trapped and not knowing if you're going to be saved or if you're even going to survive, but also King does an amazing job of describing what happens to the human psyche when left alone and feeling hopeless, especially in a situation like that where you are also coming to terms with the fact that your significant other just died in the bed with you on top of you. So I highly suggest this book, and I highly suggest you watch the adaptation. It's really horrifying. And of course, I've got to do it. Now, like I said, the cover is kind of scary to me. It just relays that terror of here's some handcuffs for you and here's the bedpost and yikes. But Another handsome shot of him on the back cover. I mean, does he take a bad photo? Methinks not. So anyways, don't forget to subscribe to Superficial Gallery. Hit the bell to get notified when new content is published. I hope y'all enjoyed my pick for today. Again, it's just one of the works that he put out there that kind of explores human trauma and the psyche part, but also has a couple of fairly supernatural-esque elements to it as well. Not anything like in the other paranormal realms that he's done, but just, I guess, the supernatural of the psyche, you should say. So, I'm also taking any special requests, so post them below if you'd like for me to review something that is one of your favorites out of Stephen King's collections. Don't forget to like the video and then comment below if you've read it and if you've watched the adaptation, and let us know what you think about it. So anyways, I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day, sweet dreams, and I will be back to haunt y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Aww.